doing, Coach?
Doing great, man. How y'all doing?
Good.
Well, Todd, just a couple days away from fall camp, just how exciting is it to be back for another season?
Man, it feels like we got so many players that have gotten better and improved, and so many new guys as well. It feels like Christmas morning to my twins almost. You're gonna unwrap some new presents, and you can't wait to show everybody what you got. That's what it feels like to me.
Talk about new presence, and for a line that Brent has said you didn't have enough at the point of attack last year. To have added what you've added, how does that feel to come in and know what you've got?
Well, man, it feels great. Last year just coming in, we had only one guy that weighed over 300 pounds when I got here, and when we pulled up at the door, and we quickly, Smitty, doing the work that he does with guys, improved that number to 3 last season. Well, we're going into camp this year with 5 that weigh over 300 pounds. And man, one of the main things that keep guys from getting movement in the middle on this earth is girth. And we finally got some girth. So, man, that's exciting, the big boys, and they can move. We had Grayson Halton. He started off at 267 when he arrived here. He's up to 285 now. And, Jonah Lalulu, when he was last year at defensive end, he weighed 272. He's already up to 290. And you get that way by messing with Smitty and being committed in that weight room. And that's what we've done. Our guys have just put in the work, man. They've listened to us coaches because, man, it's a coach's job to identify whatever the issue is and player job to fix it. And they trust us to put them in the best situation and also to get them to the best weight so that they can play their best.
You mentioned Grayson. I think he showed flashes last year. What's his ceiling?
Man, he can be as good as he wants to be. He's very explosive and just needs to mature. And this is going to be an opportunity. Camp is always a great thing. It forces guys to lock in, and even though it's just a little moment of time, it's 3 weeks or so. You normally see the most growth because they don't have school and classes during that time. So I'm looking forward to seeing the way that he's going to attack it, because he had a great summer, and but you got to stack another day and another day and another day, and it's every step, it's everywhere, every rep, and it's every day, and it's every play. And that's what I got to do with this group. I got to get them to be consistent.
Jonah said adding.
Jonah said he attacked every day.
Oh, he
just
did.
Eating.
Oh my goodness.
By himself alone, in a good way, and putting on good weight.
And the thing is, those guys that I mentioned, they 285 Grayson and 270, 290 now Jonah. Those guys got faster. Those guys got more explosive, and that's a tribute to Smitty and the job that they do in there, but that's a tribute to those guys as well. And it's a gradual deal. Nothing happens overnight. When you put it on bad weight, really quick, you normally lose a step or two. And that's what I'm thankful for. I'm thankful they can still move, man, because we got to be able to move up front.
How disruptive can Jonah be making that move from outside to inside?
He can be, as disruptive and productive as he wants to be. He had a really great spring, and he built on it with a really great summer. And I'm just really looking forward to, having him. Like last year, I started to plant seeds. Me and Coach Chavis, we played with him a little bit. I said, hey, boy, you look pretty good, if you moved in down and over that guard. I know you like playing over the offensive tackle a little bit, but, I could use a guy to rush that passer. I had Jalen Redmond then, so I was really just joking with him. But I was really planting seeds. Coaches don't ever say things just to say them. So,
What went into adding Dejon and Phil Paya to the room, and what attracted you about them when looking ahead?
Just needing, needing help right now, guys that can come in and play right away. And those guys answer the call. They played a lot of ball. DJ has really come in here, man, and put his head down. Phil's done the same. And just grind it, man. When you're coming into a new place, even if you've played ball, last thing you want to do to win that locker room is to come in talking a bunch. And they came in working a bunch. And when you work out, it normally does. It's going to work out for those guys because of how humble they've been. And they've came into a room that's embraced them. That's one thing I'll tell you about our room here on this D-line. It's going to be a room that celebrates one another. It's going to be a room that accepts one another for who they are, because every guy brings in, that's something that nobody else has. And we embrace that, and that's what makes us better. That's going to be our secret sauce.
You mentioned talk about those transfers. Are there some common traits that, as you look at guys that might be coming in the
portal? I mean, I know you want great talent and all that, but are there some characteristics that you started to, as this portal thing has picked up speed, that you realized, hey, these guys need to have these things in line to be successful?
Well, man, it's just in our program, period. Coach Venables, he always starts with a person. We've left a lot of great talent on the table because we didn't feel like they were great people. And I think you get that people part right, you're going to get the player part right, because they're going to be pleasers. They're going to want to do what you want them to do because they aim to please you. And that's what a good son does. I want to please my dad. I want to please my mom. And, that carries over, that follows you. That doesn't just, it's just like good defense, it's going to travel. And that they're going to bring whatever they have with them. When they come through the door, if you wasn't looking for that, you can't turn a blind eye to a red flag, because good and bad baggage travels. When you get on a plane, it's the same thing. That's what we look at, and that's how we take it and approach it.
You mentioned all the extra weight you guys have added. How much is that going to help you as you flip your fronts? You guys are so versatile, being able to have a steady output no matter if it's odd, even, all that throughout the season.
Man, we've had, the guys coming in and working, man, and everybody trying to play winning football. That's what you want to get to. It's a winning grade at every position that we have, and our guys know it well. There's nobody that's unaware of that, and they're all striving for that. And of course, production will trump a grade at some point in time when a guy can, go win a one-on-one and get a sack. And that's what we got to do. We got to finish the drill on a lot of things. Like, we left a lot of production on the field, and our guys know that. We've watched the tape over and over and over, and not just to beat a dead horse, but to correct those things to where they can correct them the same way Coach Venables, myself, Coach Roof, and all of our coaches do. And I'm just excited about this season because of that. Those guys have really approached it the right way. They've become mentally tougher in the way that they handle their business.
When we hear about efficiency and being better on 3rd and 4th down and some of those kind of buzzwords or topics, the group, as you've got it constituted now, where do you feel like you're better equipped to do that?
Man, I feel like we're better equipped to win one-on-ones up front. And it's not just one guy. It's a couple of guys that can do it. Coach Chave has done a great job recruiting out there on the edge as well. And, we got other guys, that can make plays. And that's what it starts with. Whenever I'm recruiting a guy, I talk about, I look for moodiness. That's the first sign of consistency or inconsistency. If a guy is moody, a guy coming to work and he's got this type of attitude one day, this type of attitude another day, well, he's likely going to be like that in life. And when you turn that word mood around and you say it backwards, it's doom, and it leads to doom. And that's a forecast for what's ahead of that guy if he doesn't get that fixed. And so we try to eliminate moodiness from our room, number one. And we start from there, man. Just trying to be the same person every day. I try to model what I want them to follow. Model. If you do that as a coach, you model what you want them to follow. Normally, that'll be enough. They see you doing it. You're not asking them to do something that they're not willing to do. And so that's where we're starting with that. But winning 3rd downs, it starts with just making the plays we're supposed to make. If you got a hand on him, just like if you got a receiver, they get a hand on that ball, Coach Levy wants them to catch that ball. Well, if we get a hand on a quarterback, he better go down. You know what I'm saying? We got to find a way to get off a block and be more violent and finish. And that's what we're focused on in camp. We're right there, and we were right there in a lot of, and we just got to seal the deal. When you're in that moment and when you're that close, you got to close. Those two words are spelled the same, but they ain't the same. Close and close are different. And you close by how you be committed every day, and you come in and you be consistent every day, and you look you look everything, your failures in the eye that you had last year, and you don't take them as, you don't take your coach as coming at you as a personal attack. You take it as constructive criticism, and that's what our guys have done. And we're finally to that point to where they know we're for them, and it's a connected group, and they're going to be fighting for each other.
It seems that you've taken last season